There has never been a better time than now to come join the Bellisio Foods team. Bellisio has a new contract in place with plenty of awesome perks for their employees. From increased wages, access to the free health clinic, vacation after 6 months, and much more, Bellisio Foods is committed to putting their employees first. For more information or to apply, visit BellisioFoods.com/careers. Take advantage of these great new employee benefits and join the Bellisio team today. Visit BellisioFoods.com/careers to learn more. Never have our community heroes been more worthy of recognition than today, and Wendy's is here to show thanks for all they do with a free breakfast for a year giveaway. Starting Monday, November 15th through December 9th, we want you to nominate the individuals you feel have gone above and beyond. Just go to yourtotalmedia.com/communityheroes and give us a line or two about why someone you know deserves free Wendy's breakfast for a year as part of Wendy's Thank You Thursdays campaign throughout this holiday season. That's right, our community heroes have the opportunity to win free breakfast for a year from Wendy's, which includes a delicious breakfast combo. We'll select a community hero every week on Thursday, and you'll hear their inspiring stories on the air. You can nominate anyone who's made an impact in our community. Wendy's wants to reward our dedicated and hardworking individuals because these heroes have kept our communities together and running. Make your nomination today at yourtotalmedia.com/communityheroes, and Wendy's will be providing free breakfast for a year to those deserving individuals.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the morning show right here on Main Street TV, where we have decorated, sorta. Ben helped us. Thank you.
I didn't do a good job.
You did a fantastic job.
I did like a classic union supervisor. I showed up at the end and made sure it looked all right.
He said, it's a little crooked. You need to move it to the left.
Yeah.
I believe is what he said. Something like that. But no, welcome. Our good friend Ben Davis Jr. is back here in the studio today, not only to sing us some songs, but also to talk about his finish in the, let's see, what's the official title of it?
Wahl Most Talented Beard in America contest.
Where our good friend Ben Davis Jr. came in second.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Woo!
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you very much.
And the cool thing was it was voted, for by America. So
Absolutely.
It wasn't like you were just sitting in front of a bunch of, people like judges and they judged something. Like this was like voted for by friends and people that saw your video.
Absolutely. There were so many folks shared and begged their friends to vote, and that was really nice. It was still shocked me. I didn't think that it was going to go the way it did, so I'm really happy.
Well, I had no doubt in my mind that it was going to go well for you because number one, you are so talented, and number two, so loved by everyone in our community.
Well, thank you very much. I try.
That's
I just,
right.
Try not to be a bad dude. That's my life's goal.
And that seems like it should be pretty easy, but sometimes life throws us stuff that makes that a little difficult.
I still struggle, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not so nice to customer service folks on the phone. I need to be better at that.
When your appliance is messed up or you're not coming in on time, by golly, Ben's going to fight for you. So, all right. So you were here, what was that, a month ago or something like that?
Yeah, about a month ago, I think.
Okay. And right then the contest was still going on. We were asking for people to, vote and get online and see all of the people that were involved in the contest and whatever. Obviously, the voting happened. You end up in second. This is so cool.
Yeah.
And from what I understand, you ended up behind a guy that actually sang the national anthem on national TV. So that seems
he's pretty American, and his team won the championship this year. And so, I think I will not even try to pronounce his last name, but he was also named Ben.
Another Ben.
Yeah, too many Bens in this contest. But he got first place and $20,000, and he is the Wahl Man of the Year. That's really cool. I am second most talented beard in America. I didn't get an official title, but I got second place and $10,000. It's crazy.
Woo!
Crazy.
the crowd goes wild.
And a really nice beard trimmer. Yeah.
There you go. So did you get to, because we were talking about that, and did they take you all somewhere or?
Nothing yet. Nothing
okay, but
yet.
that is kind of in the works,
It's
maybe?
something that they were wanting to do. I'm not sure how it's going to go. Basically, I am not necessarily property of Wahl Beard Trimmers for a year, but I'm partnered with them, and if they ask me to go somewhere, I got to go. So, we'll see what happens. As long as it's not, Africa or something, I think I can make it happen.
Well, the good news is I think with the new Omicron variant out there, they're not going to send you anywhere too crazy. So
No.
I think you're safe.
Yeah, that's what my friend was like. We have to get through the whole Greek alphabet, and then maybe we can travel places.
Correct.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. I'm like only one of the few people in the world that probably knows the Greek alphabet because I was forced to memorize it in a song when I was like pledging a sorority. So I'm like, okay, we're getting there.
Yeah.
As I go through the Greek alphabet, I'm like, we're getting there. We've had quite a few variants. So
We have.
yeah. So, well, cool. So let's see. What have you been up to since we saw you last?
Well, I can't remember if I'd already been to Nashville or not, but I think I did.
And, I think you had been.
Yeah, so then really I've just been playing shows. I played at Steiner's in Chillicothe, and that was really fun, and a few other places. The places I've been playing for a while. But now it's kind of working toward a new record, get that ready to go, and work towards moving to Nashville. That's my plan. So
Okay, and that's your goal.
that's my goal.
That's right. And when are you thinking that's going to happen, or do you know?
Spring. I'm giving myself until May. That's kind of my deadline personally. But we're gonna see what happens. It just depends on how many appliances I could sell at Big Sandy.
That's right. Free plug. Now listen, this is not a plug for a store. This is a plug for Ben.
Yeah. If you need appliances, come see Ben or TV. But I am located at 1404 North Bridge Street in Chillicothe.
Now, I will say, well, I'm going to get myself in a lot of trouble.
No.
I will say, if appliance-wise, service-wise, whatever, having stuff readily available, whatever, this guy right here rocks it. And you can call him and just be like, hey, I need this and this. Even mix and match, or it doesn't have to be a matching set. Like, what do we have here? What can we do? And he has this like uncanny ability to put stuff together and give you the best customer service. And heck, we bought an appliance package over Instagram, I think, from you.
I think so too. Any way it works.
However you can get a hold of this guy, do it. And if you need appliances or TVs or anything like that, Ben will take care of you. So free plug for you there. We got to get him to Nashville. Come on, folks. Well, cool. So have you been working on any new music?
I have written some new songs, and I'm trying to get into writing a lot more, because when you write an album, there's a few that don't make it. They just aren't as good as the rest, or they might not fit for one reason or another. And so I've just got to start hammering them out. That's kind of my plan, is stay home, spend time with the family, and write a bunch. So
yeah. I was listening to Garth Brooks being interviewed the other day, and he was talking about, and I don't think he wrote the song Two of a Kind Working on a Full House.
Okay.
And he was just like, that's like one of those songs of a lifetime where you hear it and you just wish there could be a Two of a Kind Working on a Full House on every album, and that there can't be.
Yeah.
But that was just an awesome song. Everyone loves it and whatever. So every song can't be the best one.
No.
But you want it to be.
You do. And it's
How
hard.
do you choose? Because they're all like your soul,
Yeah, I kind of have a small council, and I'll run them by them. Obviously, my producer and partner in this endeavor, Eddie Ashworth, he's so helpful. And
is he out there this morning?
He's probably not. He's a professor at OU.
Okay.
So he's probably doing some work. But he just has a way of letting me know that maybe one might not be the right choice without hurting my feelings, which is, we all got delicate, egos.
Yeah, for sure.
And we've been working together. So, I think this is the third record we just did. Working on another one, and it's just going to be that way. So him and then the guys that play with me, I just ask, does this one suck? And they'll tell me yes or no, and that's fine.
Well, and it would be hard because, you've spent your time and your love into a song, and then at the end of the day, it's hard to step away and see if it, is the one or not.
It is. They're all my life experiences, and some of them are super vulnerable,
Sure.
So, yeah, it's just one of those things that I tell people all the time. It's like when you have a broken heart, you can heal it by writing a song, but then you got to open that wound again every time you play the song. And that's just kind of what I deal with. Yeah. But it's the only way that I know how to deal with it. So it works, I guess.
That's fantastic. And, I guess if people didn't see your prior interview with us here on Main Street TV, how did you get started in music? I know because we talked about our good friend Chris.
Absolutely.
Chris Bullion.
We had this thing in 8th grade. It was like a end of the year party, and he was a music teacher, and we had talked a lot in there, but he kept saying, you need to be in choir, and I told him no. Because, I wanted to be a tough guy. I didn't want to be in a choir. And
I should be playing football, not in choir, right?
I sang karaoke or something, and it was like A Boy Named Sue, so it was mostly talking. And I was signed up for woodworking, and then I got my schedule the next year, and it said choir, symphonic choir, which is the one you got to audition for and stuff. And I was pretty upset, so I went to the guidance counselor, and I said I wanted to be in woodworking, and they were like, that's not what Chris told us. He said that you wanted to be in choir, and your parents didn't want you to be in choir or something, but he wanted you to be in choir, so he moved you over into choir. I'm like, okay. So
you're like, darn it, Chris.
Oh my goodness, yeah. But that's where I came to be, because I was just so weird, and I hadn't found what really the strongest part of my personality yet, I think, and he helped me develop that. It was really awesome. So 4 years of choir, and also later he forced us all to be in a musical. That made a difference too, being out there and performing. So that right about then is when I started working on guitar and singing, and I went and bought a guitar and was in the parking lot at Walmart in Chillicothe, and a friend of mine walked by that I knew from Southeastern when I went to school there, and he also was just like, hey, I got a guitar, and we made a band.
Oh, cool.
At like 14, and we stuck with that until we were about 20.
Oh, wait, I'm supposed to ask, what did Jules say? Jules said to ask you about something. She was in the other day, Jules Stewart.
Oh, dang.
No, I forget too.
It was the name of a band.
Yeah, it was the name of a band.
In the Red was my band. Is that what it was?
It must be.
Yeah.
And then they had one too.
I think that was it. In the Red.
She said that you guys played sometimes, like as teenagers,
We did.
and your bands played together
At the Memorial Building and
and at
all
like the
kinds of
Teen
places.
Town or
Yeah,
whatever.
everywhere. It was a lot of fun. That was a cool thing to do back in the day. A lot of people had bands, and there was a lot of talent around here, but Jules is just so talented. She could probably, whatever she decides to focus on, that's what she's going to be good at.
Yeah, she's so talented at everything. Yeah. So then we got to talking about your beard, and I was like, have you ever had your hands in the second best beard in America? And she said, yes, I have.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. She used to make it look really nice when it was real long, but then I moved away forever, and I haven't gotten to reconnect with Jules. I love her, though.
She's awesome.
She is.
She's so good. She was in the other day talking about some Marquet stuff. So
awesome.
All right. Well, you want to sing us a song? You want to sing us one of your new songs?
Yeah. So we'll do this one. I played this one on the radio, but some folks might not have heard that, so I'll play this. This song,
about it.
Yeah. I like hiking a whole lot, and no matter how much I hike or how good I think I get at it, I fall down every once in a while. And sometimes when you fall down, you don't want to move. You lay there and take in the pain, but then you got to get back up because there's a view that you're climbing. I always chase views. That's my thing. So I kind of correlated that to every time that I have a setback in life. I call this Keep On Climbing. I've been climbing up this mountain for a long time, but I keep on getting farther from the peak. Every time it feels like I can get a little higher, the ground just seems to shift beneath my feet. But I've known this kind of trouble dang near all my life. Seems I'm always destined for the fall. I wouldn't know a good time if it weren't for pain and strife. Keep myself climbing through it all. Once I fell so far I thought that I could never live, but I took a chance and dusted myself off. Took a look real close at what this life has got to give, and I started headed right back to the top. Every now and then I tend to stumble again on rocks and roots and things along the way, but I keep myself moving like an old rolling stone, thankful that I got another day. Oh, I've known this kind of struggle dang near all my life. Seems I'm always destined for the fall. But I wouldn't know a good time if it weren't for pain and strife. Keep myself climbing through it all. Keep myself climbing through it all.
That's a good one.
Thank you very much.
You know, I'd say a lot of people can relate to that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We all can do that. That's for sure.
In whatever way that you see fit.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like, you know, I was thinking of a lot of people and myself there, you know, and that song can relate to folks with addiction. It can relate to folks with money problems. It could, you know, anything at all. Just having your heart broke repeatedly. You know, keep on going, though. You might win $10,000 with your beard.
Who knew? I mean, at the end of the day, like, seriously, would you ever in a million years think that happened?
No
would
way.
happen?
No way. Well, one, I never thought I would even enter a contest like that in my whole life. It was just a total fluke that I did it, and crazy.
Here you are.
Yeah.
That
Hey.
is so cool. And we cannot congratulate you enough. Like, we are so proud of you.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely. So, all right, let's talk for a minute about Nashville.
Yeah.
All right, so there are many, 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 many folks that have a lot of talent.
Yeah.
And many, many, many folks that say, I'm going to move to Nashville because that seems to be the place to
It
go
is.
to get discovered, right?
Yeah.
So how does that work? Like, do you just pack your car and go? Or, I mean, how do you pick yourself up and go? Like, how do you find the gumption?
You know, I've been trying for a long time. I was going to do it in 2013, maybe 2014. Me and my friend Jake Dunn were going to go, but both of us decided not to do that. It's just, when you go, it's such a shock. You go and walk Broadway and you hear everybody singing the songs from the radio, and that's not really the life that I want to live. You know, I want to share my songs. So I don't really want to go there and try to be any kind of star or anything. I just want to go learn and network, and
Okay.
being there is a good place to be, I think. But other folks want to go and be stars. Other folks go with no plan at all. I had a friend that wound up on the road with Brad Paisley, and he just went there on a whim. I have another friend that ended up a drummer in this national, you know, Christian rock band, and it's just, things will happen if you open yourself up to them. And I don't know. When I was in Nashville, it was such a romantic experience for me, there with all my friends and stuff. But it's like, went and watched my hero play music at the Ryman, and then we went to this other place afterwards to watch somebody else play. And there's just like 3 of the people that I listen to every morning when I'm getting ready for work on my Spotify, just standing there also watching that band. And it's like,
Oh, cool.
I just want to be there. You know, I just want to be there. If I could stand there beside them, that would be all right with me.
You know, that would be just so inspirational to just be in the room with such greatness, you know,
Absolutely.
whether you're talking to them or singing with them or not. Like,
Yeah. It's kind of crazy. I have a lot of admiration for songwriters, and I listen to nothing but the kind of stuff I want to write. So sometimes maybe it'll come back out. That's my thing. And
Yeah.
if I can go there and meet those folks and learn why they write the songs that they write and things like that, maybe I'll get some experience and make me better at writing songs. That's my only thing.
Or why they pick the songs that they release, you
Yeah.
know, versus ones that they don't.
Exactly.
That is so cool. And so your goal in going to Nashville is not to go down and, I want to be the next.
No, I don't want to be the next anybody. It'd be all right to be the first me, and then
Love that.
But I want to, if I could open for the guy that opens for the guy that I like really well, that would be cool. That's kind of the status that I would like to have. My goal long term is if I can write a song good enough that somebody else will sing it and put it on their record, then people will be like, "Hey, come see this guy play. He wrote that song, such and such." And they're like, "Okay, I'll go watch him."
Yeah.
I would be down with that, even if it's hesitant crowds. I just want to play. That's it, and share my songs and for people to listen.
So at the end of the day, would you rather Ben Davis be known for songwriting or for singing?
Probably songwriting. That's what really singing is fun. It used to be that performing was the only place I felt comfortable.
Yeah.
But that's changed, and now if I can write some songs and earn a little passive income, and then be able to go perform when I want to and pay the bills, that would be great. Because it's hard. It's hard to pay the bills. Musicians have had a rough go the last couple of years.
You have. I mean, it's just.
I have, yeah.
You have thank goodness, a day job, but also to fall back on. But yeah, it's just, your passion has been stripped from you.
Yeah, it's rough. It's not so much the passion as it is just the security. A lot of folks that were doing really well now just have day jobs and don't play anymore. But they were on the come up, they were just there about to hit the break, and then everything stopped, and now they aren't going to return. So.
And maybe they feel as if their chance has passed them by or whatever.
Yeah, it's just it's hard to put your faith into something that could be so easily stripped away, and
sure.
So you got to have a couple of different gigs, I guess. You got to keep the money coming in somehow.
Well, I think you just have to be flexible.
Absolutely, got to be able to pivot.
Yeah, for sure. Well, if there's anything that this global pandemic has taught us is how to pivot.
Absolutely.
No matter what business you're in or what your career is or what your interests are, you've had to figure out how to get around it.
Without a doubt. Yeah. I mean, with supply chain issues and regulations and just trying to look out for each other, we've all had to adjust so many things in our lives.
Absolutely. So, I was sitting here thinking when you were talking about songwriting and things, but there's a lot of, songwriters that have written many, many, many songs, maybe even Chris Stapleton or like Mac McAnally that end up eventually singing.
Yeah.
And they've written all these songs and you have no idea how many songs that they've written.
Yep.
And you've been listening to their songs forever. You just haven't heard them singing them.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the thing that you find out. Chris is a different kind of guy, though.
Well, he's a freak of nature, that guy. He's something.
Yeah. I mean, he's written so many good songs. And, I think he told a story about Your Man. He wrote that song because he didn't have the money to get his wife present for Valentine's Day or something. So he wrote that song, and then Josh Turner sang it, and then he was able to buy her house with that song.
That'll do.
Yeah, it's crazy. So
forget the candy. I'll take the house.
But he was just playing for 10, 15 guys, at the V Club, which is now called The Loud in West Virginia. He'd travel across the country driving a pickup truck, playing with his band, singing for almost nobody. And then he had that big hit, and that his breakthrough, and now he's giant.
Just insane.
Yeah, if Hank Williams Jr. is going to tour with you, you might have done something okay.
Yeah, I'd say so. Now that should be a raucous event. Is that
Yeah.
really happening?
It was
already
years
did?
ago. I saw it. Yeah, it was
Dude.
Ashley McBride opened, and then Chris and Hank Jr. It was pretty all right.
I'll bet. I'll bet. Getting back into live music, who are the artists that you would actually like to go see in concert right now?
Oh man!
If you had the just whatever, not thinking about money or time or
So
pandemics.
my favorite songwriter is Todd Snyder, and I go see him. I saw him 4 times this year, and hopefully see him a bunch next year. But additionally, I don't know. I mean, there are so many folks, Western Centuries. I kind of just don't not see them. When I see they're coming around, I go do it. Because life's about making memories.
It is. You're right.
You got to appreciate that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I mean, I would have liked to have seen ZZ Top again, but Dusty's gone. It's just one of those things that I kind of am open to all music.
Yeah.
I would go see most folks play. I'd like to see Taylor Swift. I'd like to see Eminem.
Right.
Those both would be great shows.
They should play together.
That would be an awesome show.
Dude, they would rock it out. So many people give Taylor Swift down the road, and I'm like, listen, if I had a daughter, I would want her to be.
Yeah.
Gosh, she hasn't done anything wrong. She's made this all on her own. Good for her, man.
Well, now
she's awesome.
She's pulling a total punk rock move. Her labels owned all of the recordings that she had made, but didn't own the songs. So now she's re-recording them and releasing them so she can make her own money.
Yeah.
She don't have to pay them for that, and that's so punk rock. That's awesome. Not in sound, but in spirit.
Yeah.
She's got it going on.
You're down, girl. You just do your thing, man.
Absolutely.
Defend yourself, and again, that should be an influence toward our young people as well.
Oh yeah.
Don't take it laying down, man. You figure out a way to overcome.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. Well, cool. Well, you want to sing us another song?
Yeah, I could do that. So this song, it's early, so maybe my voice isn't super warmed up, but this is one of my friend's favorite ones, and so especially this guy named Kerry Cole, he likes this song a lot. It's called "It Doesn't Have a Name." I wrote this song after
Maybe that's
up.
what the name of the song is.
One of these days I'll figure it out. We always have to have a name when we record them, but I woke up one time in the middle of the night. It was 4 a.m. or something, and I woke up from this dream. I was flying an airplane, and it was red and white, and I was waving at kids and having a good time up in the sky. And then I woke up, and I did not have a pilot's license anymore, and did not have an airplane. I was really disappointed that didn't really happen. And so I kind of just jotted that down on my phone and went back to sleep. And then months later, I come up with this guitar part and looked in my notes to see if I had anything to work with. And this song's just about waking up from those dreams where things are the way that you want them to be, and then you wake up and you're just hit back to reality. So
Okay.
yeah, they call it the airplane song. That might be what it gets called. I don't know.
I love it.
I remember I was flying in a single prop airplane. Red and white, quite a sight, it's the best I can explain. I soared across the summer sky, watched the children wave. I remember I was flying in a single prop airplane. Later I was lying in the night sky next to you. The stars were floating by, the satellites were too. You laid your head upon my chest, sent me to the moon. I remember I was lying in the night sky next to you. Walked across the sacred ground as the sun was going down. I reached out and gently took your hand. Your eyes looked like a starry sky, and I went on to tell you why I'm lucky, darling, just to be your man. Your man. Your man. I woke up this morning on a dirty hotel floor. I realized I've been dreaming, 'cause you were there no more. I threw my clothes into my pack, recognized the score. When I woke up this morning on a dirty hotel floor.
Woo! That's a good one.
Thank
That's
you.
one of my favorites
Well, thank you.
so far. Courtney's screaming from the outside.
I love Courtney so much. She has been so supportive.
She's a good girl. We
Yeah.
love her so much. Well, she supports us too,
Yeah.
doesn't she, James? She keeps us
She
all.
brings us Christmas decorations we can't figure out how to put together.
She does, but then she helps us figure it out because she's the mother of the group, and we're too dumb to figure it out on our own.
She's awesome.
She is. So that is so cool. And so how does one, I'm sitting here thinking, okay, so the airplane song or the song with no name.
Yeah.
The airplane song with no name. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
one
we
of
have
those.
some people in the comments said, let's throw out some name ideas for that song.
Okay.
So Kim Gibson suggested Soaring.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
So,
a good one.
Yeah, so if anybody
like it.
else has any name ideas for that
Yeah.
song, throw them in the comments.
Maybe we'll have like a most talented song namer in America contest, and the prize will be $5.
Most talented song namer in the Main Street TV comments thread.
That's on Facebook.
On Facebook.
No, that's so awesome. And so how does one get, that is an awesome song. Well, everything you do is awesome, but how does one get their songs out there for maybe someone like, a current artist to sing? How do you get them out there for them?
Well, some folks work with different publishers, and some folks partner with other songwriters who already have their foot in the door.
Oh,
I don't know. I'm just I kind of want it to happen organically,
maybe you're just singing at a place sometime and somebody hears it. It's like, hey,
Yeah.
that would be a good song for so-and-so to sing.
I had a guy one time when I was in Nashville. He come up to me after I finished and was like, "Oh my goodness, I love that song. Would you care if I shared it with people? I recorded it on my phone." I'm like, "No." And he's like, "There's some guys that would really sound good singing that." It never happened. Nothing happened. But I think that's how sometimes it happens.
Yeah, for
You just
sure.
got to be careful.
Well, I was going to say, how do you get people to not rip off your songs? How does that
It's going to
happen?
happen or it's not. If they want to do it, they're
That
going
would
to
be
do
low.
it. Yeah, but people do it.
Do
a
they
lot.
really?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
sad.
It happens. I don't know. I think I have to be a lot more exposed before that kind of thing would happen. Unless somebody here in town wants to steal it, you can't.
Yeah, well, then you'd just be a meanie pants. And
Yeah.
we would frown upon it here at Main Street TV.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely been cases over the years where that's happened, but I don't know. I think it's more of an honor system kind of thing. My real big plan when I go to Nashville is just try to get my foot in the door as many songwriters nights as possible, which is honestly where you're most likely to have something like that happen, though, somebody steal your stuff.
Gotcha.
But that's also where people are going to hear it that you want to hear it. So it's just one of those things. You got to copyright it. You got to copyright all your songs. And mine are copyrighted.
Yeah.
They're-
Listen.
Yeah, no. I mailed the lyrics in an envelope to myself. People think that works. It doesn't work.
Oh, it doesn't?
No, that's not a real
Oh,
form
I
of
thought that
copyright.
was a thing.
No.
No?
Nope, it don't hold up in court in 2021.
An unopened envelope?
Yeah. But we'll figure it out. Eddie's been working on it, my producer, and
Well, it has to be a way. There has to be a way, Everybody has to be able to defend themselves a little bit.
yeah, I mean, I just try and not hurt anybody's feelings, and then maybe they won't hurt mine. That's that's the
Goes
way
back
I go.
to being the good guy,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. Don't steal it. Don't steal it.
Stealing's bad.
It is. No matter what you're stealing, even a grape at the supermarket. Even if you're going to buy the pack, you should purchase it first. Don't taste them.
All right. We've
All right.
all been known
Yeah.
to do that. Let's not go down that path, Ben. We're all guilty.
Yeah.
The jelly bean out of the jelly belly thing.
Yeah.
See if you like it first before you commit.
I think there's a little bit of allotment there. They allow that to happen. They know it's going to, so they put an extra one in each tub.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Just for that. Well, cool. So what else is, where are you going to be playing coming up?
So I'm not booking anything this month in December, but January I'm going to be at the dock in Chillicothe.
Mm-hmm.
And I've not decided who is going to play that with me, but February 4th I'm going to be at Six Sense.
Whoop,
Yeah.
whoop, we can't wait.
And I'm bringing this young songwriter from Gallia County named Nolan Collins with me, and he's
awesome.
So talented. I've not gotten to hear him in person yet. His father, Jesse, they run Twisted Vine Family Vineyards and Patriot, as the locals call it, but Patriot. Patriot if you spell it out. But yeah, they are so nice, and Jesse just was like, "This is my boy right here," and showed me the video. And Nolan has been there when I was performing a few times, and yeah, I just I want him to be heard, and I think I want to spend the rest of my time here, kind of helping other people be heard if I can. You know,
Sure. I think that's so great.
well, it makes me feel good. That's why I want to do it, if being honest, you know. Plus, I want to help folks. It's I've gotten a lot of joy out of this thing, and I want other people to find it too. So,
Love that.
yeah.
Love that. So when you, pack up your car
Yeah.
and you head on down to Nashville, what do you do? What's the first thing you do? Do you have to find the day job first?
So actually, I will still be able to sell appliances, I think.
You get to transfer?
Well, they don't have one there, but on the website, I'll be able to chat with folks and sell it that way.
Okay.
And that might pay a little bit more than McDonald's. I'm not sure yet, but I figure it out. You know, I'm going to start
Yeah.
looking around in January, see what I might figure out. Just get the lay of the land, and yeah, I mean, I've got friends there, so best case scenario, I'm probably going to end up renting a room somewhere, and have enough room for my guitars and my records and my mattress. You know.
Sure.
But that's really all I care about as far as my possessions go. Just go and make music, listen to music, and learn. That's it. So that's kind of my plan, and find as many open mics and songwriters nights and things like that, just to be able to share what I do with new ears.
Love that. Love that. Now, are those things hard to get into, or do you
Sometimes.
sometimes? Okay.
Sometimes, yeah, it just depends. Sometimes it's a waiting game, and you might not ever get.
I mean, if you
on
watch
stage,
Coyote Ugly, you know how hard it is to
Yeah.
get into.
Absolutely.
Get your songs heard.
It's been a long time since I heard that or saw that movie, but yeah, that
Maybe you should dance on a bar.
they have a Coyote Ugly in Nashville. I could go there, and yeah, I could be a bearded, whatever they called the ladies that work at Coyote Ugly.
Coyotes.
Oh, there you go, a bearded coyote.
I love it. You could be like, I have the second best beard in America. Don't you know that?
All I remember from that movie is you can't order water or you're gonna get sprayed with that
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, that's a bad idea.
Yeah, hell no, H2O.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's what they said.
Yeah. I'm like, listen, I've had restaurants for a really long time now, and there is no soda gun in the world
That will spray that
squirts
far.
that far. So just saying, it doesn't happen in real life. So, well, very good. This is so exciting to have you back. So with the Wahl thing, you said they kind of own you for a year,
Yeah.
if you will. So what would be some of the things that maybe you would get to do representing Wahl? I mean,
I have no
and
idea.
if you have a beard, Wahl trimmers are very good,
They are very good.
by the way.
I really have no idea. It just said publicity events is, they sent me a contract, and that's basically what it was. It's just we might require you to attend publicity events, and you have to be there, or we want our $10,000 back, that kind of thing. I'm like, okay,
Like, I'll be there.
I will be there. And I don't know. They had talked about some really cool things with raising money for charity and things like that at the beginning of it. We'll see if that happens.
Well, a lot of it depends too on the stupid pandemic and,
It does.
whether we can get people, out and about again. And although I will say I was watching the, against my husband's will, the lighting of the Rockefeller tree last night.
Yeah.
But I always love that because it's like, to me, I make him watch the Macy's parade too.
Yeah.
Those are kind of like the two things I make him do that he just absolutely hates. I mean, my husband, he's
Absolutely.
like, not like festive at all. So, but yeah, no, we were watching that last night, but I was watching all the people there and they're just like all smashed together. I'm like, ooh, that it gave me anxiety a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would want to do that yet.
I don't know. I've definitely been in some questionable situations, but, I got sick with the virus last year in November, and then I'm vaccinated, and I think I'm going to get a booster. I try to, and I wear a mask a lot of the time when I go out, even if everybody around me is not. I still try, It's not the most fun at a rock and roll concert, but
Hey,
you're doing your duty. But
correct.
I don't know. I just hope that we can all get through this.
Yeah.
And get back to filling rooms and people sneezing on each other and sweating on each other and
And doing
mad.
God only knows what else with
Yeah.
each other. Yeah,
It's just one of those things. We're meant to be social beings, obviously, but
we are. This is why there's so much depression and anxiety and things right now.
it's awful. Yeah.
People are struggling.
Yeah, and we all do from time to time. I've been through that big time and came out on the winning side, thankfully. But it's not over. It's a lifelong battle,
It is.
But we all just got to make sure that we're mindful and do the things that we want to do and need to do to keep ourselves mentally healthy.
And I think at the end of the day, it kind of goes back to what you said right off the rip, and that's just be a good person, surround yourself by good people, and positivity breeds positivity.
Absolutely. There's not a whole lot of that on the news. Not a whole lot of positivity. But if you go around and
Turn it off.
Yeah, if you
Turn us on. Turn that off.
walk over to Six Sense and talk to somebody at the bar and ask them how their day's going, they're going to tell you good stuff, and they might tell you a little negative, but you got a real good idea of what's happening here, and what your other folks in your area are feeling, and that's more important than what's happening on a global scale, I think.
Agreed.
We can get our news from each other,
So, my niece and one of her best friends used to play this game when we would all get together. And I used to, and they would get so mad at me and I would roll my eyes. I would be like, this is stupid. And it finally dawned on me that it's not stupid at all. And it was the what's the best part of your day game. So literally, I mean, they would just you'd all be sitting at the table or something. And she would just blurt out, what was the best part of your day?
Yeah.
And I'd just be like, God, whatever. But I found, though, that if you see someone that's feeling a little low or whatever, and that's not to not let them feel low. It's just like, hey, but did you have what was the best part of your day? You had to have had something good happen today. What was it? And I found that it truly helps so much.
Yeah.
So try that. What's the best part of your day?
Some folks could be drowning in all the sorrow, and that's the gasp of air that they need,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, ask someone what the best part of their day is today. See what happens.
For sure.
Yeah. It's always something fun to do. So I'll never roll my eyes about that again because I used to think that was just
Yeah, it would drive me crazy, but I now I understand that too.
Yeah.
It'd be great.
So good. So all right, well, we have some time. You want to sing us another song?
Yeah.
Love this. This is so good. It's like our own personal Ben Davis concert, and people have to look high and low to find you singing. So this is great.
I'm trying to think of which one to do. I could do from my very first record. It's called The Day Before Payday, and this song is called The Day Before Payday. And it's got a funny story. I was driving from Pomeroy to Gallipolis, and about the time that I hit Cheshire, my fuel gauge was on E, and I realized that probably was not going to make it back home from work because it was Tuesday and I did not get paid till Wednesday, and there wasn't a dime in my pocket. But then I thought about maybe I should just stay in the car and drive home, whatever, stay with a friend in Gallipolis. And then I remembered that I didn't have any food or money for food, but at home there was like half of a PBR I didn't drink from the night before. And at that age, that was sustenance enough. Somebody told me one time there's a pork chop in every PBR, and I hadn't found it in that can yet, so I thought maybe it was in there.
Love it.
Yeah. But this is called The Day Before Payday, and I wrote it while I was driving, but I kept it between the lines, so don't judge me for that.
Did you make it home?
I made it home. Got it all figured out because I had this song.
There you go.
It took all the change in my ashtray just to get to this gig tonight. And I don't know how I'm gonna get home, but I still feel alright. You see, I live my life on stages, a lot like this one here. They feel so much like cages, and outside the walls lie all of my fears. Oh, I'm smoking half of someone else's cigarette. I got a pinch of Red Man Gold. I got one more swig of PBR. You know that it ain't cold. A cup of ramen in the microwave, and that sure is getting old. It's the day before payday, might be the end of the world, I'm told. I got a real job flipping burgers at McDonald's way downtown, where there ain't no thrills, but it pays all my bills and it keeps my old lady around. Go take all of my check tomorrow just to keep her by my side, in a lot of aching and sorrow just to keep her satisfied. Oh, I'm smoking half of someone else's cigarette. I got a pinch of Red Man Gold. I got one more swig of PBR. You know that it ain't cold. A cup of ramen in the microwave, and that sure is getting old. It's the day before payday, might be the end of the world, I'm told. You know I go to work, slave away, I'm working harder every day. I think I nearly broke my neck, but still I'm living check to check. My lady doesn't understand, she says I'm not a real man. Got me working overtime, I don't even get smoking half of someone else's cigarette. Got a pinch of Red Man Gold. I got one more swig of PBR. You know that it ain't cold. Cup of ramen in the microwave, and that sure is getting old. It's the day before payday, might be the end of the world, I'm told. It's the day before payday, might be the end of the world, I'm told.
Woo! That's a good one too.
Thank
Oh
you
my
very much.
gosh, you're so awesome.
Thank you. I
Yes.
appreciate that.
No,
I've been
thank
blessed.
you.
That's for
Well,
sure.
we're blessed having you here.
Oh, well,
And I think our viewers are loving it too, aren't they, James?
Yeah, it's probably Courtney, but somebody's blowing up the heart button. You got 417 hearts. And growing.
Courtney, how many of those are you?
So Jen, what's the best part of your day so far?
This. Hello.
Probably mine too. I'm going hiking after this though, so and it's so muddy, I guarantee I'm going to fall. But
Are you gonna be singing that song the whole
I'm
time?
gonna think about it. That's for sure.
Hey, you may write another one.
I could. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm hoping for.
That is so good. No, it is just always so fun to have you here, and like I said, not too many people get the opportunity to sit with Ben Davis Jr. and have a chat and find out what's going on in that noggin of yours and get their own personal concert. So thank you.
Absolutely, I love coming in here. It's a great time.
Well, we love having you.
Absolutely.
For sure. So what would be, here's a good question. What would be some advice for anybody that's, maybe in high school, maybe they're young Ben that doesn't have a Chris Bullion to literally force you to become the person that they knew. He knew who you were. You didn't know who you were. What advice would you give somebody?
I don't know. I mean, we all kind of figure it out. Some folks never do, but if you want to play guitar, get a guitar. If you want to do music, just do it. That's the biggest thing.
Just do it.
Anything that you want to do. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you feel so shackled to the ground, but really you're the one shackling yourself to the ground.
Sure.
Yeah, you got to take those steps toward whatever it is that you want to find. It hasn't been easy. There were years that I played 4 and 5 nights a week and worked 40 hours. I don't know how I did that back then, but
we were a little younger then.
Yeah, man. But
a couple years ago.
You got to do those kinds of things so you can learn and adapt all of your experience and apply it to what you are wanting to accomplish. I mean, so far, things are going okay for me. I have put out a lot of records and people are really nice to me when I put them out and they say that the songs are good, and then won this thingy, got second place in a national contest. Just do it. Just try. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
If you don't open the door, then nothing's going to come to you.
I love what you said. We're only shackling ourselves, and that's exactly right.
Absolutely.
Don't get out of your own head and just do something.
Absolutely. There's
And if you fail, who cares?
Exactly. Failing is part of it. I've almost quit music. I don't know how many times, and it's okay. You're gonna feel frustrated. There's times when I don't pick up a guitar. There's times when I can't come up with a good reference because I'm not a sports guy. But those folks don't really like doing practice and things like that.
Sure.
But they still want to be superstars, so they got to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there was a day when Michael Jordan didn't feel like picking up a basketball.
Absolutely.
Which seems hard to believe,
but it's just one of those things. If it's your passion and you put a little effort into it, it'll pay. It will.
Absolutely. So there you go. Words of Wisdom by Ben Davis Jr.
Blabberings by Ben Davis Jr.
No, not at all. Not at all. Well, shoot. Hey, did you know? Okay, so while you're here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Today's James's birthday.
Don't do it.
Do it.
All right, folks. Join us in a chorus.
That's right. He's bright red. We got to do it.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear James. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, guys.
Happy birthday, James.
Tell him happy birthday. He's doing a lot of work back there, or he's playing Tetris, one or the other.
He is.
Both.
He does
Okay.
both.
Okay.
See, that's the cool thing about James. He has the ability to multitask.
Absolutely.
No, happy birthday, James. You're the best. We love you so much.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
And hey, there you go. Is that the best part of your day?
Oh, yes.
I bet not a lot of people
I
get
know.
Ben Davis Jr. to sing
Well,
happy birthday to him.
That was my whole plan. I was like, hey, Alex, why don't you call Ben Davis and see if he
It's
wants
my
to
birthday.
come give me a free concert on my birthday.
My birthday.
Yeah, normally that costs a lot of money,
Yeah, we
Pulled some strings.
barely had the budget for Christmas lights.
I mean, we literally had to take lights, cut them off, and relight from lights from another thing. That's our low budget
Well, it
operation
looks
here.
beautiful.
So,
Very festive.
hey, well, thanks.
Absolutely.
We made it work. It
Heck
works.
yeah.
We just, it's just, as we moved into this new space, no one knows where anything is. Like, we're just all struggling. So Courtney just found all of these Christmas decorations and we have them in a pile. So this is what we came up with.
Well, it works.
It does. Listen, anything with lights on it works, right?
Absolutely.
It's festive and pretty.
Sparkly.
And the Rockefeller tree is lit. And I must say, it is. Do you know there's 5 miles of lights on that thing?
That's a lot of lights.
It's like there's no tree there.
Yeah.
It's like there's lights with a tree attached.
Was it I can't remember if it was Rockefeller or the White House that they brought the tree in last year and they made such a big deal about it. And they
The owl.
They cut the owl, but they cut the ropes and it just looked terrible. And it took them like a week to fluff it out.
It was the Yeah, I think it was the Rockefeller tree, and that's the one they found the owl in it,
Okay.
and it was really sick because it had been bound up, and
it looked
it was
like it
this
had
cute,
been through something really traumatic.
cute little
owl.
baby owl. But they took it to an owl sanctuary and nursed it back to health, and then let it go, and it's totally fine. But it was just the fact that it was this kind of owl that just looked like a cartoon character.
Yeah.
Like it was just this little baby with these great big eyes looking owl. So anyway, but yes, I think it was. And they cut the ropes and the thing was just kind of like, oh, yeah. And then they were like, uh-oh. And people were having a fit.
I'm sure.
But
I'm sure.
it straightened itself out.
Well,
it's always going to.
It's
like
a
that's
shame
a
people don't
metaphor,
like
right?
bugs. There's so many bugs in all these Christmas trees, and nobody throws a fit about them getting squished.
That's true.
Owls are beautiful, though. I understand.
They are. And it survived and it made a good story,
Yeah.
so whatever.
Absolutely.
But they say that they literally painstakingly go through every little branch before
To try and find.
and they just missed it somehow. So whatever. But you should write a song about that.
That poor owl. Yeah, I don't
Where's your
know.
mind going right now?
Well, immediately, Weird Owl Yankovic.
I'm pretty sure Weird Al would be honored if you wrote a song called
You're
Weird Al.
right. At this point, yes, for sure. All right. Well, do you want to get out of here? You have anything else to sing, or you want to?
I could probably do one more.
We can get out of here with one more song.
Yeah, let's see what we got here.
The owl song.
We'll do this song called I'm Doing Fine, Girl. And I wrote this song.
That sounds like a line in a bar. Excuse me.
This is another one I wrote when I lived in Pomeroy. Morning sun enters my room. It wakes me from my sleep. Had a dream I was floating away to the moon or something deep. I keep looking out the window, see the river and the boats passing by. I hear a train a-coming, it makes me wanna die. I'm doing fine, girl, yeah, I'm alright. Just had to get away, I was losing my mind. My bags are packed, got my money in my shoe. It won't be long, I'll be back home to you. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Yeah, I gassed up my tank and I bought a Dylan CD for the road. He's singing, don't think twice, it's getting late. My coffee's getting cold. Keep looking out the window, see the people and the cars passing by. I don't know where I'm going, but I sure do know why. I'm doing fine, girl, yeah, I'm alright. I just had to get away, you were losing your mind. I just hit Kentucky and I'm passing on through. It won't be long, I'll be back home to you. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Yeah, I'm lying here in heaven. They call it Tennessee. The only thing that's wrong is you're not here with me. I'm doing fine, girl. Yeah, I'm alright. Just had to get away. We were losing our minds. And I didn't think that we would make it through. It won't be long, I'll be back home to you. We'll be fine, girl. We'll be alright. Had to get away, we were losing our minds. But we got a brand new start, we're gonna make it through. Won't be long, I'll be back home to you. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Fine.
Love it.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You're awesome. All right. My bud. All right, cool. Well, thank you, Ben Davis Jr. And thank you all for tuning in. Happy birthday, James.
Thank you.
Because he's awesome. And hope you've enjoyed.
Yeah, thanks for watching out there, folks.
That's right. Thanks for tuning in. And we will be back here tomorrow, which is what, Friday?
Thank God.
TGIF. Yeah, so maybe some news. Karina will be here to talk about some fun stuff this weekend coming up. So have a great weekend or great night, and we'll be back here tomorrow. Thanks. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.